Senator Sessions opposed the Employment Non-Discrimination Act, a bill that I was proud to support that would have ended workplace discrimination for LGBTQ people. Right now, there are no federal laws that explicitly protect LGBTQ individuals from discrimination. That's not because we haven't tried. Last Congress, I co-sponsored a bill to prohibit this kind of discrimination. But even without a law on the books, the Justice Department has interpreted the Civil Rights Act to include sexual orientation and gender identity. That could change, however, under the next Attorney General. Senator Sessions, as head of the Justice Department, could choose to interpret the law differently. And his record gives us every reason to be concerned. Senator Sessions also voted against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act. He voted against the reauthorization of the Violence Against Women Act because of a provision that ensures that victims of domestic violence are not turned away because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. This is why he voted against VAWA, because there was a provision that says you have to provide the services to individuals regardless of their sexual identity. He advocated for stripping that provision and ultimately voted against the bill. And as Attorney General, he could choose not to enforce this non-discrimination clause. Think about this. So if a gay person is a victim of sexual assault, are they not morally and legally entitled to the same humanity, the same protection under the law? And Senator Sessions has repeatedly opposed hate crimes protections for LGBTQ Americans, even attempting to insert a poison pill amendment to try to stop the 2009 Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act from moving forward. He has argued against federal prosecution of hate crimes, saying on the Senate floor that there is no need for the Justice Department to get involved. As Attorney General, Mr. Sessions would be in charge of enforcing the Hate Crimes Prevention Act. It is not a stretch to ask whether or not his enforcement would be vigorous. In fact, Senator Sessions has repeatedly supported laws that criminalize the LGBTQ community. In the 1990s, he tried to block an LGBTQ student conference. This is a student conference for young gay kids, arguing that it, quote, promoted a lifestyle prohibited by sodomy and sexual misconduct laws. He argued against a conference for kids to give each other support, to come up with strategies to survive bullying, to understand that what they're going through, other kids are going through, arguing that it promoted a lifestyle prohibited by sodomy and sexual misconduct laws. And he sharply criticized the legal decision that put a rightful end to the criminalization of same-sex relationships. He supported Don't Ask, Don't Tell, saying that it was pretty effective. And he opposed the repeal of that law. On marriage equality, Senator Sessions has vowed to work, quote, again and again to amend the Constitution to prohibit same-sex marriage. And we went through this in 1998 in the state of Hawaii. How unusual it is to enshrine in the Constitution the removal of a right. Right? I mean, I want you to just think about that. That you want to amend the Constitution not to provide additional rights, not to clarify something, but to explicitly prohibit Americans from having a certain right. I don't think there are many families who would agree with Senator Sessions' views here. People don't want their sons and daughters to have to hide their sexuality in order to serve their country. They don't want to go back to the days when our nation failed to recognize the legitimacy of same-sex relationships. And they certainly don't want to see their friends and family lose a job or even go to jail because of who they love. But that is the record that we are dealing with. And to be clear, these aren't views from the 1970s. These are his views as of last year.